Welcome to our podcast. This is our second one, so it'll be better than the last one, probably.
It's better because we're all high as fuck.
Jesus. Never mind, it'll be worse than the first one. It'll be much worse. We have a third person with us this time. If you want to introduce yourself.
My name is Cynthia. I'm Blake's wife.
All right, that was.
Oh, you didn't say your names.
I did it last time. I'm Blake. That's Evan over there. Evan.
Yes.
Evan.
Hello.
Jesus Christ. Today, we're going to talk about theme parks, Disney World, Universal, local fairs, different trips we would take, things like that. That's our topic for the day. Not drugs,
Yep.
Evan.
We're gonna stay away from drugs.
Don't do drugs.
I'm gonna do them.
Jeez.
Hugs, not drugs.
She didn't say she was going to do drugs. Just for the record, she said she was not going to do drugs.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. So the first thing on our agenda today is Disney World. So who here has
Disneyland?
Disney? No, it's Disney
Just
World.
clarify. Okay.
No, but live closer to Florida and not California.
Yes.
I would never go to California. So
I
someone here hasn't been to Disney World?
I've never been. My parents are.
Your parents
Horrible.
your parents are horrible.
They would never take me to Disney World.
Maybe they just couldn't afford it.
They could.
They could. Okay.
My dad has owned many Corvettes throughout the years, many motorcycles, and bought a 7-bedroom house. He's good. He could afford it.
It's not Disney World.
He didn't want to afford it.
So what is
Oh, he also bought a Camaro.
bought a Camaro? What is it that makes you want to go to Disney World?
Everybody talks about it.
That's
Sounds
all?
really interesting.
What do you imagine it's like? Like if you had to describe Disney World in your head, what is it?
Cinderella, the movie.
It's just That's Evan.
A
What
lot
would
of
you?
singing and dancing and moving around and
There-
talking to animals.
In my experience, there is a lot of singing and dancing and animals.
So, a
There's a lot of
Cinderella.
It's not Cinderella.
That big brain energy.
What did you just say?
What did you
We'll edit that out. It's okay.
We'll edit that out.
It's-
What did you say?
It is a lot like that. Evan, did you go all the parks when you went, or?
I went to. I think in total I've been to all the parks, but most recently I went to Animal Kingdom.
Animal
Should
Kingdom.
No,
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 not-
like that. My last visit was to Animal
When?
Kingdom.
What year?
Probably like 5 or 6 years ago.
That's crazy.
Animal Kingdom.
You were like, fuck, how old are you?
we're
You're like
not.
20.
We're not gonna do the math on
We're
this.
not
on
gonna
this
count down how old we
You're
are.
like 20.
It was
You're
okay. It
younger
must
than
have been before that then. It must have been like 10 years ago.
What are you guys?
What is-
I was probably
You
like
were 15?
I was probably like 15 or 16.
So
Old. People who are watching this are older.
so what? Jesus Christ! I like Animal Kingdom. I think it's my second favorite. It's really nice. It's pretty much, if you've never been to Animal Kingdom, it's like a giant zoo with a few roller coasters thrown throughout. I don't remember this. I don't know if this is actually how it is. This is how I remembered it when I went.
Wait, how many years ago did you go?
I went after I graduated high school. So, I went once before that, and the last time I went was after I graduated high school.
So 2016.
It was in 20. It was either like the end of 2015 or the beginning of 2016. I went, and I remember Animal Kingdom being like just open. Like there was so much stuff everywhere. Like I remember this in particular. There was like a monkey exhibit that was not caged off very high. Like it was just high enough like kids wouldn't get in there, but like monkeys could easily climb out. And, do you remember that?
Not really.
No.
Not
It's
yet.
hot in here. Can you
That
turn
might
the
be-
air conditioner back on?
No, it'll mess the sound up. That might be like a fever dream I had, right? Like I might just remember that, but it didn't happen.
That may have been that zoo in Mississippi.
The
The,
zoo.
the one that always gets shut down. The Collins Zoo.
No.
Just monkeys climbing around.
I swear, at Disney World, it's like outside of a water ride. There's a monkey exhibit that's not high enough to keep the monkeys out, and they stay in. They're like,
They're
but
probably good obedient
Yeah.
monkeys.
I may misremember that though. I was like a little kid, pretty much. What did
Yeah, actually, when I was there, I just remembered this. Me and my brother were on a roller coaster, and a dude approached us right after the roller coaster and said we won a special safari ride. And we basically got to go on like an hour-long safari, and they took us like behind the scenes and showed us everything. And one thing they do is for the lions, they lay on rocks, and during the winter they heat the rocks for the lions.
Disney heats the rocks?
Yeah, they actually like heat the rocks so the lions can be comfortable laying on the heated rocks during the winter.
I didn't get to go on a special safari. What the hell?
It was weird. It was like he like grabbed, like my parents were with us, and he like grabbed us aside.
He grabbed you, like, come here, boy.
It was like one of those like something out
You
of
are my victim now.
something out of a movie where he's like recruiting us to be like something. But yeah, it was cool.
Chloroforms you and puts you on the tram, and he's like, "Look at the lines.
Yeah,
we eat the rocks."
It's like the scene out of like Willy Wonka when he like grabbed him in the dark alley. And
What in the world? That's crazy.
yeah,
We
we thought it was a scam at first.
it sounded like you were about to tell me you got
We
scammed.
were like, no, it's okay, we're good, we're just having our day, and he explained it to us, and it turned out to be awesome. It was like an hour-long safari ride.
That's really cool. I wish I remember I did like the regular one you can wait in line for. That was cool. I remember one thing that I hated about Animal Kingdom was there was this like this is in like a lot of the parks too, and like zoos and stuff. They had like a birdhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But I hated it in Animal Kingdom because it was so loud, and there were so many birds. Like with other little birdhouses, they might have like 20 birds or whatever. Because this is Disney World and it's the biggest theme park.
Yeah.
There was like 1 trillion birds in like this house, and I hated it.
Yeah.
That gave me anxiety like none other.
Yeah, they need less birds.
Less
That's
birds.
your complaint.
I say that I would go back to Disney World if they had less birds.
Either a bigger building or less birds.
More room for the birds.
More room for the birds.
The birds aren't the problem. It's the space the birds occupy.
Something's going on.
Imagine winning a special little field trip with this guy, except for he just takes you in the birdhouse.
Yeah.
For hours. Yeah. It's just like just enough room to walk around and thousands of birds.
He gets way too into it. He's like off of it by himself, like talking to the birds.
He's like petting the bird like my precious. That would be awful. No. Animal Kingdom was my second favorite. Can you guess what the favorite is? I'm sure it's probably your favorite too.
Magic Kingdom.
No.
Epcot. Okay.
Is it? Magic Kingdom is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Epcot's my favorite, just because I like the rides, and Epcot's like got all the best rides. It's got Test Track, Space Mountain,
The golf ball one, whatever that's.
Golf ball. I didn't do that.
The golf. Yeah.
What is that?
Wait, maybe that's maybe you're talking about.
Epcot is. He's googling it. Hold on.
No,
Epcot's got Space Mountain. Epcot, I remember being like divided up into sections, and like one section of Epcot is like space themed, like futuristic, and then there's like the cultural part that's like all the different countries.
That may be.
Magic Kingdom's the one with
not Magic Kingdom, but I think that's a different park. I think Epcot only had a few rides, if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't know. I thought Epcot, maybe it just has all the best rides. No, the culture part I remember with all the different towns and stuff didn't have any rides in it. It was just like shops.
Cynthia, can you look this up for us?
Look what up.
What is all in Epcot in
How
Disney
many
World?
rides?
Just what's there?
Yeah,
What's
Epcot,
there to do?
Epcot rides or something like
Okay.
that. I'm sure. My phone's dead.
Magic Kingdom's cool too, but that's like mostly like the scenery one. That's the one Grandma wants to go to, and she's like, "Stand in front of the castle, boys." That one's alright though.
I remember Epcot only having like maybe one ride.
Maybe you just
and then it being mostly other like shows and stuff. But I might be remembering.
I feel like it's the opposite.
Because I haven't been to Epcot in probably 15 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like Epcot as I remember it. But Magic Kingdom's cool too. I like the scenery and stuff, and of course that's where the castle and all the characters are mostly at. But I'll tell you my least favorite. I mean, it has one cool thing about it, but I would never spend money to go back. I don't think, unless I was with the friends.
Epcot's Future World. You will find the spaceship, Earth, the sea with Nemo, Friends, Pavilion, Land Pavilion, Imagination Pavilion, Test Track Pavilion, Mission Space Pavilion, and Universe of Energy.
Epcot.
See, when I went to the last time I went to Epcot, I don't even think they had Test Track. I think that's what.
Test Track was like one of their oldest rides. I might be wrong, but
possibly.
maybe I'm probably wrong.
We'll settle this later.
Yeah, what? Off camera.
Magic Kingdom has the most rides.
Oh. Well.
They have Space Mountain for a fact. Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom? No. Space Mountain's in Epcot.
It says Space Pavilion.
Am I wrong? Am I just stupid?
I think we're both wrong.
Space
Mountain's in Animal Kingdom.
We should have like downloaded the maps of each theme park before this.
We're just talking blindly.
So we could actually see all the rides. That actually would have
helped.
And
it
led
is
to
in
more
Magic
conversation.
Kingdom.
Okay, Space Mountain. I take my statement back. Magic Kingdom is definitively the best park. Epcot is the third best.
Yeah.
My least favorite is what's it called? Hollywood or
Is it just Hollywood Studios?
Little Disney? No, Little Town, Small Town Disney, something like that.
That's the one with all the like shows and stuff.
Hollywood USA.
Hollywood something.
Whatever, the Hollywood one, whatever it's called. I don't like that one. It's mostly just shows and such. It has Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith, and that one's really cool. But
that one has Tower of Terror too. I actually kind of like that.
It is Tower of Terror.
It has Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster, and both of those I really liked. I think that was their main two rides though. Like I don't know if they had.
Yeah, those are good.
It was those two rides and then a bunch of other shows.
But I don't like. I wouldn't pay all the money it costs to get in there just to ride those two rides. You know.
Yeah.
And the shows are like all right, but I don't care about it so much. But I definitely think that's my least favorite. And besides, there's a water park too. I've actually not been to that one. When I went the first time, my family bought like a ticket for every like park, and we skipped that one entirely. And we went back to Magic Kingdom again.
Yeah, there was when I was on Rock and Roller Coaster, there was a dude who was he was about to take off like through the tunnel, and like last minute he decided he didn't want to ride that ride. He started freaking out. He was having like, I don't know if he was having a panic attack or what, but he basically decided to get off the ride, and it took like an hour. It was like a big ordeal because he had to like I don't know, basically explain why he wanted off, because they basically had to stop the entire ride.
Right.
Which apparently that takes a while to stop everything and then get it re-going, because they had to do some test cars right after that to make sure it was running okay.
Right.
So yeah, I remember that specifically. I was on the ride and it took like an hour to go through.
My favorite thing about Rock and Roller Coaster is when you get in the cart and the guy who's like doing the ride comes up and like slams your head back and he's like, "Now don't move your head, boy. You'll get whiplash. This is fast." I was generally the first time I went on that one. I went on that one about 4 times. That's terrified me because I was like, I didn't know what I was in for. I was like, I've never had someone slam my head in the back of the cart before.
Yeah.
I can't relate to this conversation because I've never been to Disneyland.
You should go. It's nice.
It's a boring conversation.
Have you ever had your head slammed?
Have you ever had your head slammed?
Yeah, when my dad was pulling me with the chain.
Jesus!
No, my car.
My dad drug me with a chain. He slammed my head.
Yeah, my blazer broke down, and my dad had to pull me with a little strap. And I didn't know what it was going to be like, so I like pressed the brake, and my head went into the steering wheel. It was bad.
That sounded so much worse.
Not bad.
Jesus.
Did it honk whenever you hit your...
No.
No honk? Okay.
I hit more at the top of the steering wheel. It
couldn't have been that hard then.
Yeah, you're fine.
I don't know why I told my stories. I was just trying to let people know I was a victim.
I'm a victim.
Go to the next topic. I don't want to talk about Disney World anymore.
Well, the next topic is Universal. Neither of us have been to Universal, so only Evan can speak on this.
Universal's awesome. I think it's much better than Disney World.
What?
All around in every aspect, but they are taking away roller coasters and putting in those little like 3D type of like indoor 3D rides, which I'm not a fan of. So but, other than that, I love Universal. I've
heard people were disappointed, and they made like a Fast and Furious ride, Fast and Furious the movie, and people expected it to be like Test Track, like you're on a car and you're driving fast and you're trying to like get away or whatever. And it turns out that you're like in a slow-ass van watching Fast and Furious. I don't know. You probably didn't go when that was installed.
Yeah, I did not.
But I've seen videos of it. And so instead of you being like in like a car, like driving, like you're in a really old rusted van, like creeper van.
Wait, I want to go back to the Disney World topic. When you get the Fast Pass, or whatever it's called.
Yes, the Fast Pass.
Do you really be in a line of people with a Fast Pass?
Yeah, there's 2 lines. There's a Fast Pass line and the regular.
So how do they tell the other people that they have to wait longer?
It's separate lines.
But who goes first?
how it works usually is like the line, where you wait, and the fast pass part is designed to be shorter. Like there's less curves and such. You go straight, so it's not as much of a line.
Yeah.
So you're really not going any faster.
Same amount of people, just more curves.
So how, like, for every, like, I don't know, but like for every few people that go regular, they'll let on a few fast pass people too, and there's just less fast pass people. So more fast, like almost the same amount of people are getting on with fast passes as I remember it, but there's less people in the fast pass line, so it goes faster.
Yeah.
And it's not as curvy and.
Yeah, it doesn't hold as many people because
No,
it's not.
yeah, it's like I say it's like an hour versus like maybe 20 minutes to get on the ride.
Oh.
But so it's definitely worth it. And one thing about Universal is if you stay in like one of the hotels, one of the Universal hotels, you can get an unlimited fast pass. So you can go on any ride and it's fast pass all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
So but it's more expensive to stay in those hotels, but
Kind of worth it.
I guess it is worth it because you do get to ride way more rides.
It's probably a cool
stay,
hotel too.
You probably stay like half the amount of time, honestly.
Yeah.
Next stop. What's after Universal?
Well, I thought of this. What's the longest you've waited in a line at either of those, Universal or Disney? Because I'm kind of ashamed of what I waited in line for.
I swear I've waited in lines for maybe an hour and a half for like maintenance problems and like breakdowns. I've been like the next person in line and it's like the ride's broken down.
Oh,
Stuff
no.
like that. Yeah.
The longest line I waited in, I remember it being like about 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And that's because this movie's like, it had been out for a little while, but its hype was still at its like peak when Frozen came out. I waited for 3 hours to take pictures with Elsa and Anna, and I don't regret it. It was very
just
cool.
to take pictures?
Yeah, just to, the characters, like,
yeah,
they had a little Frozen like setup where they were taking pictures in the castle.
Do we still have those pictures?
I've seen the pictures of
I'll
them.
show you personally. I'm not going to put them on the podcast.
Can we put those on the podcast?
Absolutely, no, we will not.
Can we put those as our screen?
Never, no.
Okay.
But I look dorky. I have a terrible haircut. But yeah, I waited 3.5 hours to meet Elsa and Anna wasn't even that cool. Like Elsa's chill, but no. Actually, the opposite. Elsa, which was the one I wanted to see, was not as cool. Like the actress was kind of, maybe she was off-putting because I was a teenage boy.
Yeah.
And I get that now. I get it, but still, it's her job. She should have been chill with me. Anna was much cooler, and
I feel like you know exactly where those pictures are. Like I feel like they're in like
His mom has them in a photo album.
I have them on Instagram.
I feel like they're in like a little necklace, like a little heart-shaped necklace, and it's like, that picture and it's preserved, and you have it like locked in a safe.
That's it.
You know the episode of SpongeBob when he's got like the secret box and you pull a string? That's me with my pictures of Elsa and Anna. So Evan, tell us, does Universal, like Disney, is it separated into different sections?
It's 2 parks.
2 parks.
And I'm not gonna name the parks because can't recall the names.
Okay.
But
I'm not gonna name them.
It's I think it's Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure.
Okay.
I think those are the 2 parks.
No.
But and they have one of the rides it's very similar to the Rock and Roller Coaster. It's like an indoor roller coaster, and that's the Mummy. And that was that was one of my top rides.
love the Mummy.
Yeah, so it's a little different. You actually go backwards on it, like so you're in a building. And you go backwards.
The whole time?
Not the whole time, just like a certain
sections.
Part. Yeah, like you hit a wall, and like bugs are crawling out of the wall, and then you go backwards, and then you drop, and your like stomach drops, and then it turns you around and shoots you through.
That's how Mount Everest is when you go off the rail a little bit, and then you kind of bag up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's just like that, like in the middle. It's the same.
What do you think the worst one is, like the Universal that you've been on?
The worst ride?
Yeah.
I don't know. I find a way to have fun on every ride.
Every single ride?
Yeah.
I've been to a few Disney rides I did not have fun on. Like Small World is awful, and
It's a Small World.
Yeah,
I used to love that.
No, it's boring. You're just in a circle with children.
You don't like those little dolls?
No, they're scary.
They are scary.
But it's not even that they're scary and I don't like it because it's creepy. It's boring as hell. I could just sit there and going around on like a 2-hour boat ride with just children singing the same song for an hour. I hate it.
Well, that was probably one of my favorites actually. It's a Small World.
Says the
I
kid
don't
who
even think they have it anymore.
waited 3 hours to meet a grown woman.
Yeah, Universal, I'd say they don't have as many
attractions.
they don't have as much space, so all their rides are good, like in some way. Like
I
they have a
gotcha.
lot of good water rides, and they have a lot of good shows.
Now, do you think it's not the rides, right? But just like the little shops and like the characters that are around and the little like
There's no. I mean, there were some characters in Universal, but for the most part,
They don't do
I
that.
never saw any characters yet.
so like the gimmicky stuff of the park. Like do you think Disney does a better job with that or Universal?
I don't know. It's been so long since I've been to Disney, but I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fair.
There's just not as many characters there. But
So-
I mean, there's still like a lot of shows, and I'm sure they've added shows since I've been. Because
Right.
I haven't been in a while.
So I wanted well, it's later on the list, but we'll touch on this. Have either of you been to Dollywood in Tennessee?
No.
You've been?
You talk about everything I've never done.
Cynthia's never done Dollywood.
This
I have my stomach this week.
Well-
I don't like riding rides.
the
I'm not-
perfect podcast to bring Cynthia on.
I'm gonna just talk about it briefly since neither of you have been on it.
We're changing the subject after this, by the way. We're going from theme parks to social justice and racism in the United States.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
just
whoa,
kidding.
whoa,
We're
whoa,
not
whoa.
doing that. We're staying on theme parks.
This is not a voice for the people who need a voice, okay? This is about theme parks. Don't get it twisted. So, Dollywood,
Did you see that aggression?
Yeah.
Coming through on his face.
my finger
It's an angry feminist.
pushed up against the table. I'm not an angry feminist.
You need to mark off on your list so you don't get angry.
No. So I don't get angry? I forgot to mark this off. So Dollywood, if you guys would not interrupt me, Dollywood is like
I'm dead.
it's like 1/3 the size of I'm sure Universal and Disney.
Our cat is eating a bug.
Oh, our cat is eating a bug. So, oh my God, Cynthia, stop it! Leave the cat alone. Dolly, I'm about to lose my freaking mind.
Put a muzzle on that cat.
Muzzle on the cat. Dollywood is like 1/3 the size of Disney. Disney World. This park is for old people. To put it very bluntly,
Yeah.
it is not for like kids. There's like 2 good rides, right?
Yeah.
And
So I have a question.
okay,
So Universal in Disney World, they're themed and they have like characters and whatnot, and like
Right.
Spider-Man. Like when you go to the Spider-Man part, there's Spider-Man stuff everywhere. Is there
Right.
Dolly Parton stuff everywhere?
I would say the theme of it is like a rustic garden. Like the whole thing is just a big
Yeah.
rustic garden. And there's like one section I remember that has like a theme. There's like an old timey like diner. Like it looks like an episode of Good Days. Like
Okay.
that part's really pretty cool. But like it's like it's not as good as Disney stuff, you know, or
Right,
probably not as good as Universal. It's like my grandparents are always really into it. They're like, oh, I want to go look at the little rustic, you know, animals, and I'm like, people outside of our home live like that every day. They have those in their yards. Like I don't need to see this. The rides aren't great. After I've been to Disney World, I never like cared about Dollywood rides. There's one good one there's 2 good ones. There's one called Thunder Mountain, I think, and it's like the oldest operating wooden roller coaster, and it's all made of wood.
I've heard of that.
And it's pretty cool. But it's nothing. It's not. It doesn't go like loops or whatever. It's just a pretty plain roller coaster. And then there's one called like it's like a mining thing. It's like you're in a mine.
Can you go there and just like pay money to go on one ride?
No, you got to spend
Okay.
like all the money.
tickets were like $160.
Yeah, they're
a piece.
much
I got
cheaper
you,
than
I
Disney
got you.
World, but
Because I've been on a wooden roller coaster, but I
yeah,
don't believe it was that one.
probably not.
It was in Tennessee though,
I mean,
which is making me think it may have been.
It
that
may have been
It's
that
over,
one.
well, yeah, I'll look it up later.
So that's okay. We've gotten all the big theme parks out of the way. Let's talk about something we've all been to, probably the Mississippi State Fair. Have you not been to the State Fair?
I went to the fair once and I didn't ride any rides.
Well, what is
I
wrong with
literally
you?
went to the fair every single year of my life.
This is perfect.
All right, tell us about your experience with the fair.
I love the fair. He's telling me to talk louder.
You're not talking loud enough.
I went to the fair every single year of my life. My grandparents were really into it, and I think that's their way of cover up my childhood trauma. Taking me to the
Here we go again with the
Here
Trump.
we
My dad drugged me with a chain. Continue about the fair.
The fair is good. The fair is so good.
Sounds like you're giving a testimony.
I love the lemonade. And I love cotton candy.
That's the voice of someone who's never been to Disney World.
And I don't ride the rides anymore because my stomach gets turned over and I feel like I'm gonna get sick. Me and my best friend Ariel, we did get sick one time.
On a
we
ride?
were like 11. We got off one. We went through the fireball, and we literally threw it when we got off.
If you don't know what the fireball is, it's this big circle, like a huge circle, and there's like a roller coaster cart in the
No, that's
in
the
circle.
ring of fire.
What's the fireball?
The fireball just swings you real.
Oh, it's you're like on a seat, and this big like handle just swings through the air violently. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those rides are so much unsafe compared to like Disney World.
Yeah, yeah.
And my stomach, her stomach too. We had just ate funnel cakes and we ate a lot of stuff. I think I ate some cookie dough too, like raw cookie dough, and it was really good. But we got off and it was just,
No bueno.
no bueno.
I have a crazy story about the fair. So when I went with my dad, just me and him, and I was a good deal younger. I would say I was like 12 or younger. And we got on you probably know what it is, the Dragon, which is like a little kid's roller coaster just shaped like a dragon, right? And all it does is it goes up and down and like a circle. That's all it is. It's nothing big. But this time I got on it, I was real excited, right? Because I got to be anywhere. I was in front of the line when it was my turn. I could sit anywhere I wanted, and I always wanted to sit on the Dragon's head because his head is like part of you can sit in it. So I got in the Dragon's head. This roller coaster went off the track.
What?
It was when it got to
It's
in the
really
top.
small. It's like a green little dragon.
And when it got to
Kids
the
one.
top layer, right? It's like 2 layers. And when it got up to this, like when it was up off the ground more,
Yeah.
when it was like supposed to take a curve, like a sharp curve, it just shot off the track, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't fall, of course. Like I'm alive. It didn't shoot off. But like only the last 3 cars were like hanging on, right? They were just like dangling, and I was just in the air with my bed. I was just in the air, like just like this, like nothing holding me up, just swinging around on this giant metal dragon. That like someone had to come get a ladder and like get us down. It was the scariest shit.
Was that reported, or did they just?
No, I'm sure it wasn't.
That ride, like, still there. I'll tell you the scariest ride. My grandma would, like, not let me do it anymore. Probably because I was fatter. But also when I got a little older, she was like, it's not... When she took me, she was like, it's too dangerous, the swings. Where it swings you in a circle.
That's like the
metal chain swings.
Yeah, I know
you
what you're
seen
talking
those?
about. Yeah.
It's scary.
You think that
When it literally like you're.
It's a big circle.
Yeah, you like go to the outside.
Yes, and it goes up high.
See, I thought the swings were peaceful. Honestly, I didn't mind.
Yeah, I
them.
loved doing them before my grandma took me. When my grandma took me, she wouldn't let me do it anymore. She was like, it's too dangerous. The chain might break.
Now go get on the giant spinning metal rod.
I mean, all you're hanging by is 2 chains.
Yeah.
2 chains.
2 chains.
The rapper.
Yeah, he's holding on. Don't let go. Oh man.
Mostly it's the cotton candy and the funnel cakes and I love chicken on a stick. But they started making it so cheap, it made me so mad. They make the chicken on a stick just 2 chicken tenders, push on a stick. Stop. I'm not even doing it.
Too cheap.
Too
cheap, yeah.
I thought you meant it was like they were selling it
Like,
for
instead
too
of, like,
low of a price.
I hate this. It's not expensive enough.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of it being like little nuggets of chicken, like not chicken nuggets from McDonald's, but like little pieces, and then like potatoes. They used to have fried pickles on there, like layered with it, like a
Kebab?
yeah, like a kebab.
Yeah.
Now they just take 2 chicken strips and stick it in a stick.
What brand of chicken strip?
A bad one.
Tyson?
A bad one.
Great Value?
I don't know. It's bad.
It's bad. No bueno. I'll tell you something that I really love about the fair. And I didn't like it when I was a kid because my parents and everyone would make me go, and I was like, I hate this. But now as I'm older, I think it's maybe the coolest part. It has like a little car show in our fair, and next to the car show inside the same building is like a little trading fair where you can like sell stuff. Like they have like homemade candy booths and like different little knickknacks that people make or sell, like local businesses and such.
Yeah.
Last time me and Cynthia went, we went in there just to like check the cars out, and we were just walking around checking out the businesses. And this group of like young guys, younger than me, was like, "Hey, you guys, you want to check out our shoe polish? This is good stuff." And he's like, "I'll give you a demo. Let me see your shoe."
Shoe polish.
Shoe
It's like
polish.
shoe cleaner.
Yeah, and okay.
Like the 1930s.
Yeah, kind of. They're like modern shoe shiners. And the lead guy who was selling this to me, right? He was like, "I'll give you a free demo." And at the time, I had on my what brand? They're not
Flip flops.
No.
Star Wars.
They were the Star Wars. I forget what brand they are. They're like
those are Sperry's, but
they're Sperry's. Yeah, they're exclusive Sperry's, and they have like Star Wars designs. I have two different versions. I have some Converse looking ones that are like black and white, and these were gray, and they have the Imperial logo stamped on them, and they're very exclusive and cool. I don't think you can probably get them anymore. Maybe I'm lying, but I don't think you can get them anymore. And they're a little dirty because we used to wear them a lot, and this guy takes my shoe, right? It's like kind of like not dirty like I stepped in mud, but dirty like they've been worn, you know.
Yeah.
And he like shines it, and I'll say their shine was good. Like my shoe was looking swell.
Yeah.
The one shoe that he did. He did one of my shoes, and then he's like, "All right, there's your free trial. If you want to buy the other one, I'll clean the other one." And I was like, "You're just gonna leave me with one clean shoe and one dirty shoe?" And he's like, "You gotta buy the kit." And I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna buy the kit."
It was like $60 too.
Yeah, I was like, "Obviously it works, but I'm not gonna. I didn't ever want to buy it." And so I went around the whole day with like one shoe that was like.
It took you months to get them both looking.
Yeah, I spent time.
Do you remember the company name? Maybe we can give them a shout out.
I don't.
Of the
If you live in Mississippi and you
poor service
cleaned one of my shoes, I will sponsor you. You can sponsor us.
At the 2019 fair.
The 2019 Mississippi State Fair. This man, I was just like flabbergasted. I wasn't mad. I was just flabbergasted. I was like, I'm just walking around the fair with like a spotless, clean shoe and one that looks like I dragged it through dirt for like a week straight. And that's the last time I went to the fair. I'm a little too old for the rides. I never really cared about anything else besides the car show.
You really just go for me to eat.
That's true. I went for her because she wanted to eat.
Did you approach them for a shoe shine, or did they approach you?
No, they hunted me down.
We were just walking.
So were they just trying to find people with shinable shoes?
Dirty ass shoes. I was trying to go get the genuine
it's not
homemade
really
honey.
A shiner because you had cotton shoes. It was just like a cleaner.
Yeah.
It was like a scrub. It got soapy.
Oh, soapy. Okay.
Yeah.
I really wanted to just go get the homemade honey that this company always has every year, and they stopped me on the way and was like, "Hey boy, you want your shoe cleaned?" So that's what happened.
Did you ever get the honey?
I mean, I tested. I don't ever buy it. They always get free samples.
Maybe we can give a shout out to the company.
If you are the guys who do the honey at the state fair, I will pay you money.
The honey biscuits?
No. At the next to the car show.
Mm-hmm.
All the little trades. There's one that does like homemade candy and homemade honey. They have like their own bee farm.
Mm-hmm.
They do like beeswax and other stuff like that. If you ever hear this, I would pay you money to come on this and just talk about your honey. Mm-hmm. So if anyone knows them, get it to them, share it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you guys about this, and we'll go through all the different parks and such. But you guys think about carnival games?
They're rigged. They're always rigged. Not the ones you do tickets for, obviously, but the ones that you like.
You pay money, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about them? Do you enjoy them?
Like shoot this many balloons, and they're like, you can get any prize, and then you win, and then you get the smallest prize.
Yeah, I've only done like one or two, but it kind of sometimes it reminds me of like the little claw, like in the vending machine. It does feel a little rigged.
Claw.
Like the claw. It feels a little rigged. It feels like things are against your favor. Like your skill doesn't matter.
I know that, right? That's why I love them. Is because I want to win so badly because I know how unfair it is, and if I could win, that means I'm just so good. Like I'm better than the odds.
I'm a very selective player though. I only play when I'm like surrounded by little kids. Like,
no. See, I'm the opposite.
Play with adults.
I'll get up on the little thing where you shoot the water into a target.
Yeah.
I'll get up there and do that. And if like another grown man steps up, I'll be like, I'm backing off,
Exactly.
And then, but like if the grown man walks away and a little kid gets up there, I'll be like, all right, game's on, boy. So I tried to take out the easy victim. I remember one I was pretty good at. There was this. It's like it's two metal ramps, or like poles, and you have a bowling ball that you try and push along it, and in the middle there's a hump.
Oh, it goes into the holes. And
you have to
rings around it?
No.
Oh.
You have to take this bowling ball and you have to get it to stay on top of the hump without rolling on either side. Like you have to balance it on the hump, And it wasn't like I wasn't perfect. Like I couldn't do it every try. But I would say like every 5 tries, and it was only like a quarter per throw.
Right.
Every like 5 tries, I could just about get it.
That's interesting.
But that's just one. I've never seen that one besides at the state fair. That's the only time I've seen that.
One time my little sister won a goldfish, but then my parents ended up flushing out the toilet because they told her not to get no more animals.
They immediately.
Oh my god.
Like a day later.
They took it to the fair bathroom and were like, "Get in there."
A day later.
Jeez.
Yeah. It was
That's
pretty
it.
horrible. Mallory was really sad. That's my little sister.
People say that the state fair fish never live. I had a fish I got there, a goldfish, that lived for years. Like the longest fish I ever got.
Yeah.
They're bred differently. I think they've been through harsh environments.
I'm built different.
I'm built different.
On TikTok.
The goldfish at PetSmart, they're too used to the privileged life.
Yeah.
They get home with me and they're not gonna make it.
They're on that organic kelp.
Right? Yeah, they're not used to the streets.
Yeah.
Like those state fair fish.
Yeah.
So, you know what? We forgot one place. Evan, I was gonna let you talk about Busch Garden.
Yeah, Busch Gardens is definitely for people who like roller coasters. I remember it being, I don't know how many roller coasters. There's probably like 20 roller coasters and maybe a few other like water rides. Like there's the main rides, so it's definitely a place for someone who likes roller coasters.
What if I like Disney princesses?
This is not a place for you.
Would you say Universal was a place for me?
Yeah, that would be a better place.
Universal?
Maybe not Universal. Maybe Disney World.
Well, I'm sad that you agreed with that. Right? Like I set you up for an easy answer. And, Universal.
There's some Disney princesses at
A couple of them.
Yeah, Universal.
Just a few.
Okay, so what do you think the best ride at Busch Garden is? Like,
Ooh. I don't know the name of it, but it's one of the it's one of the faster roller coasters in the United States. I can't remember. It's not just one where it's like, I know there's some that are really fast.
Like Kickoff Fest, yeah.
They shoot you up and then it goes straight up and it goes straight down.
Right.
But it's not really a roller coaster. This one's actually has twists and turns and loops.
Okay.
And it's like the fastest like actual roller coaster.
Pretty neat. So here's another topic I wanted to talk about. The food of theme parks and such.
I'm a foodie. I love food. I can talk about food, any kind of food. Cotton candy, freshly made at the fair. Yes, ma'am. So good.
I'll tell you
Funnel cakes. Chicken on a stick when it wasn't shit. Delicious.
My favorite.
The lemonade, even better. Spectacular. I love food. And I love fair food.
How long does cotton candy stay fresh for?
I mean, if it's the right brand, it tastes fresh and good. It's okay.
Gotta stay fresh.
But the freshness, I would say like to an hour.
An hour? Okay. That's a terrible lifespan of food.
No, I'm saying to have that really fresh. It's still good, but it's just like really fresh. Dang it, now I want some cotton candy.
My favorite, we're going to get McDonald's after this, so.
Can we get some cotton candy too?
Where would we get that?
The gas station connected to McDonald's.
Okay. My
Do they sell cotton candy in gas stations?
Like the little tubs of cotton candy.
Oh, they sell tubs? Okay. Just not on a stick.
Not on a stick.
I bought it in a bag yesterday and it was really delicious.
You remember you came in and she was just like hounding down a bag of cotton candy.
We should like melt down.
Last weekend with me and Ariel, we had that thing of cotton candy. And then yesterday I bought some cotton candy. I ate it last night. It was so good.
She's been on a cotton candy high.
Yeah.
And today I ate a whole thing of Peeps, or half. I already ate some of it.
Peeps are gross. I hate Peeps.
Yeah,
I hate
can't
Easter.
Stand Peeps either.
I hate Easter, but I love the candy.
Nothing good about Easter.
Peeps are like they're marshmallows, but they don't have any flavor.
It's not good
They
marshmallow.
have a crunch on the outside. I love
I hate
crunch.
that. It feels like I'm eating styrofoam. I hate it.
Yeah, it's more of the flavor
And
thing
jelly
for me. I don't
beans?
feel much flavor.
Jelly beans for Easter?
Hate jelly beans.
I got some Starburst ones. They're delicious.
Do y'all think that the Easter bunnies, the chocolate Easter bunnies, have like gotten smaller over the years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they just taste worse. Like
They
the
used to take
chocolates.
up the whole box.
Yeah, and they used to be huge, and they were
Solid. Now they're like hollow.
yeah.
I don't like Easter food at all. Easter candy's gross. That's not good. I don't like Easter. I pretty much hate everything about the holiday. Least favorite holiday.
Yeah, I
Why
can
do
say
you-
that too.
Why do you dislike Easter so much?
It's
Easter
the
Bunny
religion
is
for
very
me.
Scary.
What was that?
The Easter Bunny is very scary. He scares people more than Santa Claus. And why would you take your kid to see a fucking bunny?
It's a giant bunny.
Yeah, that's scary. Okay, next topic. We're getting off subject talking about Easter.
Unrelated, right? Personal question. Evan, are you off next Wednesday? Are you free, I mean?
Yes.
We're going to watch Godzilla in theaters.
Godzilla in theaters? I didn't know it was in theaters.
Yeah,
Is there a new one out?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
going in Wednesday.
We're ending COVID. We're all gonna go out and watch a movie for the first time in a year and a half. No more COVID.
No more COVID. It is over.
So
I no longer wear my face mask
no,
in public.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
COVID is a myth made up by the
We have two
government.
different type of people at this table.
I have stopped wearing my face mask.
Blake, Evan cares so much about the pandemic. I promise you he does. I'm Blake. He does not care about it. That's me. I say that.
We should go to that new theater in Jackson.
That's what I was
That's
thinking.
what
Yep.
Over there by North Park.
Yep.
Shout out to this theater. Do y'all know their name?
Grandview something?
Yeah, Grandview and North Park, something like that.
Yeah,
The one with the kid slides.
Yeah.
It has a soundproof wall inside the theater with the kids like slides, like McDonald's playground, pretty much. But better.
Exactly. That's a good comparison. It's like, yeah, your kids can go play while you watch a movie. We think.
I want to know if they have food they serve you, because the one in Madison gives you food. So
And it was good. That chicken was
dope.
bussin'.
they had some good ass
That's the
chicken
new
at
trend.
Madison.
You say bussin' when something's good. Today I drank some Sunny D when I was high, and it was bussin'.
I really can't wait to go to see a movie. I'm very excited. I love Godzilla. This has been a sponsorship for our video. Go see Godzilla in theaters this Wednesday. So something I wanted to talk about is, like, we were talking about carnival food, but like Disney World food is so good.
I love how everything is like princess themed. That makes me really want to go just to
What
get
is your
the
favorite
souvenir.
Disney World food?
I told you about it. I love the big ass turkey leg.
That's true.
Like the foot long turkey leg.
That
That
sounds
mean
horrible.
it's big enough. It looks like it could be like a small baseball bat for a child.
It is, yeah, it is a massive turkey leg. It's
That
like
sounds
it's
horrible.
like something out of like a cartoon, like people walking around with these
Like a king with his big ass
these
turkey leg.
massive turkey legs, and like families too. Like,
All of them have
like
one
little-
turkey.
Yeah, like a
That's
baby,
a lot of turkeys dead
like
if
a
you think about
baby
it.
holding a massive turkey leg.
Not only just dead turkeys, big dead turkeys.
I
Those
mean,
are
Big ass.
Yeah, these things
dead
are
turkey.
massive.
like they are. This turkey's as big as like it's 2 times the size of a human head. I'd say.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's unreal.
No.
The next.
Oh, so I want to show this.
Churros are the best thing at theme parks, I think.
Churros. I've always said, people say that Disney World churros are good. I've never
They're,
had one.
never had
they're
churros in
good because I don't know where else they sell them. I think I've had them one other time and they were like baked or something. But at the theme park they have them and they
Like fresh.
They deep fry them right
Yeah.
there, and they have cinnamon. They're cinnamony, sugary fried. It's kind of like a donut, and it is delicious.
That sounds so good.
So one
But
time,
only if you get them freshly like deep fried.
when I was with my family at Disney World, we went to a few different restaurants, but this one night, I don't remember what part we were at. We went to I think it was the Hollywood one. We got on this restaurant that's a revolving restaurant where like the floor spins right throughout the night, and my little brother got very sick. I don't know what he ate, but he always eats like chicken strips.
Maybe it was the spinning floor.
Maybe it
Your
spins
brother
so
literally
slow.
eats chicken and that's it.
That's the thing, is I'm pretty sure he had like chicken strips, right? But he got very sick and he threw up all over the spinning restaurant.
Ooh.
And so like, while this is a weird thing, right? While we're on the spinning restaurant and people are like trying to clean it up around our table, we're just spinning around, you know, and we're just looping around like a merry-go-round.
A lovely afternoon.
I'm glad it was slow. Imagine if it was like zooming around and Vomit was just like
Oh, man.
machine gunning through the.
One time my brother was on a field trip, and one of the he was on one of those like old buses, and it was it was really hot and there was no air conditioning on it, and one of the kids threw up basically.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was in the back of the bus, and this is disgusting. The vomit like made its way.
It slid up.
Underneath. I don't think I have to explain it that much in detail. I
Yeah.
think you can get the picture, but it slid underneath everybody's feet and went to the.
Did
front of the
anybody try and like slip and slide down it, like get on their stomach and?
bus. I sure hope not.
That's so gross. Oh man, have you guys ever been to a Rainforest Cafe?
No.
I think that is single-handedly the coolest looking coolest looking like restaurant but the food is so plain. Like, it's not great. Like,
Where
it's
are those? I've never seen them.
I've been to a few different ones. There's one in Disney World somewhere. There's one, I think, in Chicago that I've been to, and there's one in Texas I've been to, I think. And they are all, like, everyone I've been to, they're consistent with the, like, the environment they put up is cool. The animatronic animals are very cool. It feels like it's actually kind of like raining on you. It's like real damp and it's like humid. Maybe it doesn't bother me because we're from a humid state, but like I feel like it is humid in there. But it gives off the real vibe of being in a rainforest. Like every so often, there's like thunderstorms and stuff that go off like on a time.
Yeah.
But the food is just plain, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's not good, but it's not awful. It's just like it's so expensive though. I feel like the food should be good.
Yeah, I guess you're paying for the
feel.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
You say there's monkeys?
They're fake monkeys. They're like
Okay.
animatronics.
Oh, okay.
There's like a big gorilla who he kind of like Chuck E. Cheese. He's like hiding in a bush,
Yeah.
and like every 20 minutes he'll come out and beat his chest. Like, it's really funny. I love Rainforest Cafe. I just wish the food was good.
Yeah, what's that? There's one restaurant on the beach. I think it's like Crabs or something, and it has a parrot out front. Have you been? Really?
I don't really go to seafood places much. So
Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's
it.
all
That's
my
the end of
thoughts
my
on it.
story.
That's it.
What is the parrot's name?
I don't know if he has a name.
What would you name him?
I don't know. I'd have to get to know him before I came up with a name.
Man, what an interesting story about a parrot.
Shout out to that parrot.
If you know the parrot that's in
yeah.
Biloxi, I'm guessing Biloxi,
No, he's actually in Pensacola.
Pensacola. If you know
He
the
could be a traveling parrot, though. He could be.
So, one thing we were going to talk about this. It's not really a theme park, but one place we all said we wanted to save up and visit sometime. Japan. How do you guys feel about Japan?
I want to go really bad.
Nice.
I want to dress up in all pink and what do you call it when you all...
Kawaii?
Yes.
Get all kawaii?
Mm-hmm. And I want to eat some sushi. Imagine sushi from Japan.
Ugh.
I'm a foodie. I'm going to talk about food. I want to try weird sour candy. Really sour.
How do you know they have that in Japan specifically?
They better.
They better?
But mostly the sushi.
I gotta say, when I think of Japan, I don't think immediately of sour candy.
I
I'm
don't
a
either.
food. I'm a foodie.
What are you most excited for if you went to Japan? Like, what would you want to do? Or
In all seriousness, go to a hike or something, honestly, and just see the different
Their temples
the different plants and trees there, because they have completely different
like a bamboo park?
agriculture. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I want to see. I want to do a little bit of everything. Like, I want to go to a big city, but I also do want to do the shrines and the more wilderness type stuff.
Yeah.
I want to go to that monkey park. Engins and Kyoto.
Oh yeah.
That's
for sure.
That looks so cool.
But yeah, we have maple trees, and they have Japanese maple trees.
What's the difference?
They're Japanese. I mean, you've probably noticed that kind of gives it Japan the look that you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
The leaves kind of look like marijuana leaves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And some of them, they're green, red, but yeah, if you
Maybe it's just marijuana.
Japanese maples, yeah.
They're just lying to you. It's marijuana.
Which there's Japanese maples here, but I mean that's just what grows.
Right. It's not like the domestic tree that's everywhere.
Right.
I really I want to go to Japan and just see their shopping districts. You know, that's something I'd really love to see. Cause for one, we don't have big places like that where we live anyway. Cause the biggest place that I can think of is Flowwood. You know,
Yeah.
we don't have big shopping districts. We live in a small place. But I've been to Chicago and I've been to New York, and they have really cool places. But from what I've watched of not New York, what I've watched of Japan and videos and pictures I've seen, their shopping districts look huge. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I love Pokemon. They have Pokemon stuff like we have Disney stuff. There's Pokemon everywhere. They have stores for just Pokemon, vending machines for everything. You can get underwear in a vending machine in Japan.
Yeah.
Which I would definitely do. I would absolutely.
Is that the weirdest thing
That's
you've heard of that you get?
That's pretty weird. The amount of sex stores that they have and adult toy stores, that kind of thing, nothing wrong with them. I feel like it's necessary for the economy. Some people are going to spend money there, right? But I feel like there's too many in Japan. Like, I would say for every, like, 10 regular stores, there might be one regular one in Japan. And that's me just going off of, like, a complete, like, guess.
Yeah.
With no facts and no stats to look up. But, yeah, that's... How did we get into this?
Gotta save up some money to go to Japan.
I really want to go to Japan. I do. Let's go right now.
Also, I want to do their arcades, because, like, our arcades are terrible.
I want to go right now.
We can't go right now.
We should. How many minutes we got left? Oh, just 10.
Listen, we don't judge this based on if we hit the hour mark.
I want to go to McDonald's.
We judge this based on the quality of our content.
Well, are we almost done to the list?
Content quality.
We may be or may not be.
We
may have been here for another hour.
I'm going to McDonald's.
McDonald's.
We're gonna get this thing right.
We're gonna
get it right.
And I give you this as a promise from the Podcaster for the Boys team. If we clicked on this video, we started this recording, and 10 minutes into it, it became dry, I would turn it off. I would close the video.
I've seen him do it before. He'll do it.
This is about our 48th attempt to make a video, and we've only published one. This will be our second.
Who knows if this will make it?
If we can keep this up for another 8 minutes.
Just another 8 minutes.
I mean, if we can keep this up
all it takes.
to my level of quality I require.
You're gonna listen to this back and be like, the quality,
The quality I can hear it in my head now. It's a 10. Like it's definitely better than the first one. I hope.
What about the conversation?
What about the conversation?
Has it been okay?
I remember this video started out with Evan saying, "We've been doing drugs for the past hour," or something like that. So
well, we were doing drugs and Evan came over.
Exactly.
No.
That's
You're
a great clarification.
You
Did
are.
I get him out?
Oh my God! There's no drugs here. Listen. I'm not gonna let him get off that slick. He also was doing the drugs.
Whoa. That's not true.
Look, buddy, that's not even funny. Drugs are not cool.
Yeah.
You guys are the one joking about drugs.
I can't believe you drugged me into this.
Drug me into this.
That was good.
Sick.
Sick, dude.
Epic pun.
Do y'all feel like they make worse candy these days? Or they're not inventing candy at the same time?
Candy when we were kids.
She has so many thoughts. Just give her a second. I can see it.
Much. The sour, the baby bottle pop.
She's like...
the push-up pop.
Like a light bulb went off in her.
Yeah,
Yes, Evan, I completely agree.
Here goes our next 12 minutes.
I love candy when I was a kid. The little,
So we're not saying they
the
don't.
juicy drops.
We're not saying they don't have as good candy now. We're saying that
They don't make it
they're not
anymore.
inventing.
Yeah,
new
no.
And we're like
Maybe they hit the prime of candy.
we were talking about like the Big League Chew. And
I
they
love Big League
created
Chew.
so they did like they also did gum that was like it was like raveled up and it was like a tape measure or something, and they put it into a little container.
Right, that was so cute.
And they even powdered it, so it was like,
Oh yeah.
it feels like
They sprinkled something
you like
on
to
it.
think they baked it fresh, like in the factory,
Right,
and
right.
They like powdered it to make sure it didn't
Yeah,
stick.
they don't invent anything. We need a Willy Wonka, to be honest, to come up with some exciting shit.
We need a Willy Wonka.
I would eat that. The stuff in the movie, y'all, looks so good.
You know what I hate? Okay, I've got to say this about
The
the
Willy
movie.
Wonka brand.
No, the movie. No, I love their candy's good.
I've never had their
A
candy.
Wonka bar is really good. You can't find them, but they're so good.
Yeah.
Ignore them online.
They used to have them at Blockbuster.
They got canceled because of the company or something.
Blockbuster got canceled.
Well, no. Oh, yeah, obviously Blockbuster got canceled.
I got a hair in my mouth.
No, the Wonka bars got canceled for something. What was it? Like, maybe they just weren't popular enough. Like people didn't eat them, so they were like, "We're not making them anymore." But
How did they? I don't know. Who named it that? How did they start? How did the Wonka company start?
it was based off the movie,
Okay.
I think, and it was also just like it's it's probably owned like Pepsi or Coke or something. It was just like their sub brand.
Had the right.
I think it was just literally to get kids into like it's just the candy from the movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of the movie, the scene she was talking about when they go into the room and he's like, everything in this room is edible. You can eat the dirt if you wanted. Why did they literally eat? They all started like eating grass like cows. Like that's the first thing. All the things in the room, they all like, let me eat this piece of grass.
That's so so good. That big old sucker.
Charlie's the only one with any sense, right? Because he walked up, and I remember this. He walked up to like an apple that was hanging off of the tree. The big kid grabbed it from him, like he grabs it and they takes it from Charlie.
We're gonna have a full whole food episode.
Like,
I would love to talk about food for an hour.
But he was like these candied fruits all on trees and the giant chocolate river, and all these kids are running around like shoveling dirt in their hands and be like, I don't care what the dirt is. Why is that the first thing you wanted to eat? What if he was lying?
I was always interested in the little balloon like thing that they're kicking around that was like floating. Was that in the movie or am I imagining that?
I have no idea.
I thought it was like a hollow like balloon. Oh yeah, one of them kicked it and it like floated in the air. It was obviously
Is this in the original one?
They used like a ball from like Walmart or something. But I always wondered like what that was supposed to taste like.
I can't wait for McDonald's.
McDonald's. So okay, imagine this, right? The kids, this is the first room they go into Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory. They go into this big room where everything's edible.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the river looks like chocolate.
Right.
But nothing else really looks edible besides the fruits. Like it just looks like bright like greenery, right? Yeah. So imagine like he's like, kids, you can eat anything in this room. The grass, it's all edible, and they all scoop down like a piece of like, gravel and chew on it, and it's just gravel.
Yeah.
Like, what would you do? Would you just immediately leave? Like, fuck this place. I hate Willy Wonka.
I don't know. That was a great scene, though. It was crazy how chill they were when that kid got stuck in the tube. Because I feel like
they all broke out in the song and dance.
Yeah. I feel like he definitely died.
Yeah.
I feel like
they
they didn't tell you that.
It shows them all, like, come out of the... And he's, like, squished down. He's, like, real skinny now.
That is true.
You know what I thought was like so weird and the original one's like definitely the original, right? It's better. It's the first one,
right?
But in the first movie compared to the second one, when they go up into like this air tube, they drink like the soda that makes them float.
Right.
They almost die. Like, I mean, I guess a lot of times in the movie people die. Yeah. It's just a dark movie, but they almost like not like a comedical death where they're like they got flattened or whatever. Like they almost got their heads put in a blender.
Yeah. Yeah, had they not figured out.
How did that place make it through OSHA?
They actually have those tube things that that you can get into and wear a suit and it shoots air.
Right, you can float.
You float, and I've been interested.
And they're certified and safe, and they're not going to kill you.
Yeah.
Imagine. Okay, here's the sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Right, Charlie's gotten the chocolate factory. He's won it, and it's his now. And OSHA comes in because the factory's now reopened to the public.
Yeah.
And he gets shut down immediately. He gets billions of lawsuits. Now this little kid with a poor family who can barely afford a chocolate bar has to pay all these legal fees.
They send all the Oompa Loompas back to,
they were like from the rainforest.
Yeah, to the rainforest.
Dude.
Bunch of illegal Oompa Loompas.
Why do the Oompa Loompas love singing so much? Like,
I don't know.
They see someone almost die and they're like, all right. Time for Broadway.
They were darn good at it.
They're darn good at it.
They did a great job.
What's your favorite Oompa Loompa song?
Oh man, I love all of them, honestly.
I really like the chewing song from the second movie.
Cynthia, can you sing us a song?
Sing us a song.
I'm not really a good singer. I'm a little tone deaf.
With Oompa Loompa songs?
Oompa Loompa doopa dee da. Dun 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 dun.
That's
if you
that wasn't a song at all. That was you humming for 30 seconds.
I like to end the podcast now and go to McDonald's.
We have 2 minutes left to fill. We're not ending anything until the quality is good enough.
I want to go to McDonald's.
Quality. All right. We are.
Why did we just chant that?
We're just about out of topics. I have one more special one. I've been waiting till the very end about theme parks. Horrorland from Goosebumps. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, from the Goosebumps TV show from the 90s, there's an episode called, or there's a two-part of episode called Horrorland. It's about this like fake amusement park these monsters put on to like torture people to death.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. It's like with the second one I showed you of Goosebumps.
Yeah. Did you say it was a TV show?
Yeah.
I mean, like the people in Horrorland.
Oh yeah.
Had it on a TV show.
Not only was it a TV show.
Yeah.
In Horrorland, after you go through the amusement park,
yeah,
they bring you into a secret room where you go on like a game show.
Yeah.
Right, and they're like, will this family win a free car?
It's like a movie inside of a movie. Like,
Right.
That's the weirdest thing.
It's like Inception.
Yeah.
Like, will they win a free car, or are we gonna eat them for dinner? It was so goofy. I love Goosebumps so
I
much.
can't believe kids actually watch that.
I watched all of them.
Yeah,
I watched them on repeat.
Yeah.
I remember, so I watched those all when I was a little kid, or like younger, when they came out.
Yeah.
But then, when I was like, I want to say 16, and Cartoon Network, every Halloween, starting like around that time, and like for the next few years, they would play Goosebumps. They would play like 2 or 3 Goosebumps episodes a night, and it was the first time I forever got excited for TV,
Yeah.
Like, after I was a little kid, I used to get excited for, like, Pokemon and Dragon Ball, but after that, I didn't really get excited for TV much. I got so excited during Halloween to watch Goosebumps. I would, like, run home. I still, like, if they played it on TV, and it's on Netflix, like, I could watch it. But if it came on TV, I would go get in my pajamas, get a bowl of popcorn, get cuddled up on the couch, and watch Goosebumps all night. I love Goosebumps. It is so cheesy and stupid, and it's so very 90s.
It's fantastic.
I love the twist. You know the one we watched, the horror camp, or Welcome to Camp Nightmare?
Yeah.
The whole episode is about this camp that's run terribly, and there's like a monster chasing him around. The ending, he's just like, spoiler alert, go watch it first. The ending is so like out of like nowhere. They're just like, now that you've passed the camp, Billy, we're gonna go take you to Earth and fight the aliens. We're gonna commit global genocide against the Earthlings.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
It's so weird. That pretty much wraps it up for all my topics. Anybody else have anything to add to today's podcast? Or
I really want some fair food now. It was unfair to y'all to bring it
it was
up.
unfair.
I thought we were going to get into politics.
We're not going to talk about politics.
We're going to hit the politics hard for the next hour and a half.
We're not going to talk about
No,
politics.
we're going to McDonald's.
I'm not going to cancel this thing before it ever gets going.
You're just watching the time.
We finished now. I'm sick of Evan dragging politics into it. I don't care how much he cares about the feminist or the poor. It doesn't matter.
I think Evan doesn't care.
You don't care about the feminist or the poor?
I care about the feminists
How much?
and the poor.
How much?
So much.
Scale of 1 to 10.
So much that I'm willing to talk about it on the podcast.
How much? Scale of 1 to 10 right now.
1 to 10?
Yeah.
At least a 4.
That's a good number. That's more than most people. How much do you donate every year to the poor?
To the what?
To the poor.
I'm poor, so I would like some donations.
Go ahead and send money to our Cash App, to our Patreon,
Which I will
Cynthia
post.
Phillipson.
We will all post our Cash Apps on the
link below. Go ahead.
Link, yeah.
Donate Evan some money. He's very poor. He's hungry. He wants to go to Disneyland again, to Disney World.
Yeah.
Go fund him, please. God bless and good night. Thank you for watching our second episode of our second podcast.